Okay, I'm off. I'm gonna take on I don't like saying take on. That's bad mojo. I'm going to enjoy the Slide Lake Loop today. This is the last one I have to do for the Frontenac Challenge. It's supposed to be the most difficult one, the longest one. And by looking at the map and talking to people, it looks like it is going to be that. Now, people do this in a day. It's 21 kilometers. In fact, most people do it in a day. I'm not, as you see in my pack here. It's 21 kilometers, yeah, but to get to it, you have to take, there's alternative trails, side trails that link you to it. And all of them add on about 6 kilometers extra. So 26 kilometers in one day, yeah, I could probably do it. I don't want to do it. So I'm doing it as an overnight. I'm going to camp halfway, well, relatively halfway, because I know I can do that. And I'm going to enjoy myself out here instead of rush myself. So I started at Arab parking lot, and I'm going to take some side trails from here to get to it. You could start at Big Salmon as well, hook up from there. And there's a side road. I forget the name of the side road, I have to write it down below here. That people take to get to the south side of it and start from there. I was also thinking of taking my canoe, paddling down Big Salmon, and then ditching it near campsite 4, and that would cut off the extra 6 kilometers as well. I still have to paddle, but I decided just to walk. It's getting cold. It's only a week away from Halloween, I believe. Yeah, I have until October 31st to finish this, so I got plenty of time. But it's awfully dark in the morning. It gets really dark quick at night. I did start off with a mishap. I hope everything works out for me here. I have 3 packs at home, and I have a lot of backpacking gear because for quite a few years my job in the fall was to take students out on backpacking trips, 7-day backpacking trips.
I don't really want to go back home.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed it very much, Kevin.
And what was the worst part of the trip?
I don't know, maybe tomorrow if I might sink in that we're leaving, that might suck.
Definitely a great trip. Definitely a great trip.
And what was your worst part?
I lost my sunglasses.
And I would take another group. So I spend most of the fall backpacking. So I have all the gear. I just had to take it out again and see what I have. They're all Osprey packs, but I got one large one, one small one, and one medium one. This one. I like the medium one. It's my oldest pack. Problem is, I should have chucked everything. Haven't used them for a while. I packed everything yesterday, threw it in the car, got the parking lot, and strap broke off, the shoulder strap. So I think I fixed it. I tied it onto the top to another strap. Let's see what happens. It's a beautiful morning. Beautiful, beautiful morning. And by the way, I brought a pole this time. It's supposed to be a pretty good rugged trail, so I thought I'd better bring one. But some subscriber, I forget your name, sorry, but you suggested I get a pole that has a camera attachment on top, and I did. So I got my camera mount and a pole to help me walk. Here we go. It's a hairy woodpecker, female. So we want to take Dedication Trail. That's the one that splits Cedar Lake Loop that I was on a while back. And Dedication will take me to Cedar, and Cedar is part of the Slide Lake Loop. It's good. I'm looking forward to this because I haven't done this part of the trail yet. Well, I got the answer to the question. Why is it called Dedication Trail? Well, this trail was dedicated to all the volunteers that make this park special. That's cool. And a small pack of coyotes just ran across the other shore. Nice. I'm fogging up. It's cold, but I'm building up a sweat. Whew.
Tell me what it feels like to let go of everything you thought you'd ever known. All of the promises they broke. Tell me what it feels like to let go.
Okay, this is where the Dedication Trail ends and hooks up to the Cedar Lake Loop. I want to go north. I gotta say that Dedication Trail was really nice. Nice views. A little hilly. Not too bad though, but really scenic. Make excellent morning hike here and back. Really would. All right, now to go north in Cedar, and this actually was one of my favorite places during this whole Frontenac Challenge, going through those swamps and boardwalks. Okay, you can't hear them with this camera I have. I left my fancy camera back behind because I didn't want to carry too much stuff on this trip. Anyway, who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? It's a barred owl. Really common owl to call through the night. Not sure why he's calling now. I got a great horned owl calling over there, and I got a chipmunk going nuts. The chipmunk's going dip, 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 dip. Anyway, but the great horned owl's call is really boring. It's like ooh, ooh. But the barred owl is not. Who cooks for all? Who cooks for you all? Kind of a smallish owl, not like the great gray owl. They look similar though. They got a smushed in face, so they got little concave, yeah, where their eyes are, and that acts as a satellite to hear and sense movement at night while hunting. The great horned owl has tufts of feathers over its ears, and that's its satellite. And it's a lot bigger owl as well, and it's also different eye color. Yeah, the barred owl has a black eye, and there it is. Boy, what a change in 2 weeks. When I did the Cedar Lake Loop, I went through the swamp area, just loved it. But things had just started to change, the colors. But now, I think they're even past their prime. So generally you have the maples going red and yellow. They go first, actually. They drop first. And then you've got the poplars and the birches all changing yellow. And they'll go. And then the tamarack, which is that conifer that loses its needles in the fall. They're the last to change, and they go vibrant yellow. So, love this part of the trail. Love it. Red squirrel. Like the blue jay, he's letting everybody know there's a predator around. Red squirrel is more a conifer forest species, not like the gray squirrel, which is actually a black squirrel as well. Black squirrel is the black phase of the gray squirrel. Red squirrels are totally different. Smaller, more northerly, or at least lives in more conifer forests than deciduous. And very hyper, just like me. So one thing about ironwood, it's the most dense deciduous tree in the forest. Ironwood, right? It's got the weakest root system. Just falls right over. Probably because it's too heavy of a tree, but alright, we're at another junction here. So Slide Lake Loop is to the right. So we're gonna go along the Big Salmon Lake Loop along Big Salmon Lake shoreline. And then after campsite 4 is where we go on the Slide Lake Loop trail itself. Right. Wow, what a change in 2 weeks. I'll give it another week and the leaves will all be done. Yeah, or the first rainstorm or windstorm. Yep. Just walking by the campsite number 4. So this is where I was thinking I could paddle to the portage here and leave my canoe for the night. And that would cut off doing Dedication Trail twice, which I'd add up to about 6 kilometers. But in hindsight, it was such a nice part of the trail actually. I'm glad I did it. Here's Big Salmon Lake. Well, I'm at the junction. The Big Salmon Lake Loop goes that way, and Slide Lake Loop goes this way. Now starting a section of the trail I haven't been on the last couple of weeks. Interesting. So yeah, just stopping for a break. I met some people on the trail near campsite 4. They were camping there. They canoed in, and they're from Peterborough. That's where I used to live for over 30 years. Then I moved to Bridgenorth, which is like literally 12 minutes north of Peterborough. I lived there for 7 years, and now living near Kingston. It's just kind of funny that you run into someone out here from a town you lived at for many years. Originally from Milton, Ontario, though. And if you go to the town hall in Milton, you'll see my name on the floor. A number of years ago, I received the, it's not the wall of fame, it's that, no, it's not a wall, it's on the floor. Anyway, there's a slab with my name on it. And to my left is Chris Hatfield, the astronaut, which is actually, he went to high school with my sisters, actually. In Milton, and actually I know his brother really well, Dave Hatfield. Really great guy, amazing outdoors person, and incredible singer. And check his music out, by the way. And also, what's his real name? Mr. Jessup. Yeah, he's to the right of me. That's kind of cool. Okay. Beautiful morning, beautiful weather. Right. Time to go up. I don't know if it's easier going up or easier going down. I think it's more dangerous going down. Whew.
Tell me what it feels like to break free, when all of the things you thought you needed, they turn into dust and make believe. Tell me what it feels like to break free. feels like to be true, when even the smallest parts of you aren't worried about what people think. Tell me what it feels like to break free. Oh, tell me what it feels like to break free. Yeah, tell me what it feels like.
Well, here I am on Mink Mountain, one of the first high ridges for this trail. I've been here before, in the summer actually, but nothing past this. Beautiful lookout. Yeah. Lots of conifers down below, so it's not as vibrant colors as I thought, but it's so good. Ooh, feels good to have the pack off. I'm making really good time actually. I don't know, it's like probably just like 10 o'clock, and I made good distance with the pack on. So I don't know, I'm second guessing myself. I mean, to be quite honest, I want to camp out tonight. It's nice out here, but I think I could have done this whole thing in a day. I would have been hurting, but I wouldn't have been carrying a full pack the whole day. Something to think about. This is the Frontenac Biosphere. First Nations call it the spine of the earth. And it's basically a spine of rock coming up and goes from the Laurentian Mountains all the way to Algonquin. And it's UNESCO site. So it's, it's protected in some areas, but it's not like the Niagara Escarpment in one way, but it is a UNESCO site. And why it chosen is because of the diversity, the amount of different unique species that are here. Yeah. It deserves the label. So this area, there's a lot of ridge tops, and the signs are posted like this. So just keep your eyes peeled. Look at that. It's either a bear looking for ants or a buck deer bang its antlers. Show its territory. I think it's a bear because it's done it over here as well. Yeah. Start making a bit of noise here. Yeah, it's definitely a bear. He's done it over here as well. Look at all that. He dug the whole thing up. Wow. Lots of activity here. And yes, I brought bear spray and bear bangers actually. Wow, look at this. Wow. Nice. It's what they call a switchback on a trail. Use a lot out west to go down mountains. Holy. Okay, taking a break. Take the pack off. We went up some major hills. totally different environment here. I know I say that every trail, but it's a totally different environment. It's a crow. Caw caw. There's a raven who would go croak croak. It's so quiet. Good for the soul. Can't get better than this. This place is like a dreamscape. Amazing, amazing scenery. Oh boy. This is not an easy trail. It's a nice trail, beautiful trail. It's not easy. Just saying. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Oh, I'm glad I brought my pole. Okay, this would be a lot easier without a pack on. Oh, man. Wow. I might slow my pack down. I didn't bring rope. Oh, I'll make it. I'm not filming it. Okay. That was difficult and dangerous. Wow. Oh, what's this? What is this? All right, I'm at the junction here, the north side junction. So the south side junction is that way. My campsite's that way. So it splits between Slide Lake. The trail that goes that way is shorter but more rugged. The other one this way goes along Buckslide Lake and is longer but not as rugged. Now I prefer to go on the more rugged one for the scenery, but my campsite is on North Buck Lake. It's what is it, 2.4 kilometers away. So yeah, I'm doing this one, which is fine. It'd be nice to walk along the lake actually, but this is where it splits. And I'm guessing it's around 1 o'clock. So yeah. Whew. The part just before this, whoa. Whoa. Dangerous. Didn't film much of it, sorry. Too scared of falling. And another hill. Wow. And another hill. Whew. You guessed it, another hill. Oh. Well, there's North Buck Lake. I have a massive flock of cedar waxwings behind me, eating the berries off the eastern red cedar. One of my favorite birds. They have a little cap on their top of their head. It looks like bro cream, or hair gel has been put on them. on them. Well, I used to band these and stand them for many years. We used to count the ribbons, colored ribbons on their wing. They have yellow and red. And the hypothesis was, I think the male had less ribbons than the female. So when we sex them, which we do in the spring by blowing on their belly, and you see the brood patch, that being the female where we put the eggs in the belly. So if it was a female, then we'd count the ribbons. And we studied them for 7 years. And we couldn't prove it, because we were just about to prove it, and then we'd count one and it was off. So yeah, you can't tell the difference between the male and female. You wouldn't want to chirp here. Yep. All right, we got the 20-meter portage from Buck Lake to Slide Lake. Nice. You gotta remember this. It's a good place to go back with a canoe. I'm right where there's an old sign about the lumberjacks who were here, and they created a log drive system through here. Not much left of it, but I see. But they were here. Oh look, and another hill. Wow, that's a big hill. It's getting late. I'm feeling like maybe 3-ish. Between 2 and 3 anyway. The sun does go down quick this time of year. I'm glad I camped out. Or I am gonna camp out. I'm getting close. But yeah, I made the right decision. Beautiful in here. Well, I have arrived. Campsite cluster number 1. And I'm at 1A. Time to make camp. Whew, it's a good day. But it's time to make camp. Well, I'm here, 1A. There's no platform in this one. So I'm sleeping on the ground, which I'm fine with. Okay, let's see what I got. I didn't bring my chair. Actually, my chair was light enough. There wasn't room for it. And there's a picnic table here, so I got this to sit on. I got a squeeze water filter, not a gravity filter. Got a new filter in my kit too. A wee bit of whiskey, not much. I got an air mat. One of Christine's, actually she gave me. It's insulated. Climate. Never heard of it. But it's smaller than my other one. Rain jacket. Clothes bag. I brought my 2-person tent. My new one I got this spring. They're a 2. And why is because my solo, I had a couple solos, both Eureka, and this was the same size, a little bit bigger, but this was lighter. So I'm thinking, why not? It's lighter. Yeah. Brought a book. It gets dark quick. Extra sweater, which I think I'll need tonight. My mat, or my ground cover for the tent. And my sleeping bag, which is huge. This is my fall down bag, which I'm going to need because it's supposed to get -1 tonight. Celsius. What else I got? Oh yeah, and all my kitchen set on the bottom. Should I get it for you? Brought a jet boil stove, small one. I hope I brought fuel. Did I bring fuel? Oh, Kevin. Yep, I got fuel. Small canister, but fuel. This is my chaos bag. I'll show you that later. My cup, saw, coffee, tea, and breakfast. Glacier moleskin, which I'm going to use on my right foot tonight in the tent. And what's for dinner is OTG meal. Look at how light that is. I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. It tastes good too. And a spoon. And pot gripper. On the top of my bag, got my mitts. Got bear spray. I won't take everything out. It's just lunch stuff to nibble on. My Spot 4 device. Extra flashlight in case the other one doesn't work, because you need a flashlight. Chocolate, just meat, gloves. This to put on my joints tonight. This is not a sponsor. This is a necessity. First aid kit. And a bunch of other medicines that I have for myself. Not much in there. Pretty light pack for today. I'm glad I brought the extra sweater. Oh, and I got another sweater I was wearing this morning. On the front here. Oh, I got another sweater in there. Okay, time to set up the tent. And check for ticks. Oh, I'm sore. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I actually like this X bed. I've been using it all year for myself and the dog. Lightweight. The pegs are plastic. Sometimes they work amazing. Right now, this ground is so hard from so many people camping here that they're hard to. I've already broke one, so maybe I should have brought the aluminum ones. I did bring those spring pegs I actually got. Someone, one of my subscribers suggested for those platforms when I stayed with Sean on Big Salmon Lake. It's hard to peg it into the platform. So there's these spring pegs that go in between the two boards, and then the spring mechanism turns it around and hooks it. I'll show you. I brought 4 of them, but I don't have a platform. I'm lucky I brought these because I just assumed I was on platform. So never assume anything. I'm gonna blow this thing up. Never used it before. I did try it back at home, and I almost said, back to Christine's, almost said that. Oh, there, that should hold. Okay. But yeah, and this is old-fashioned. You blow it up. Nothing fancy. It's insulated though, and it's quite long. So yeah, don't keep me warm tonight. Whew. Nice to be at camp. Well, it's time for dinner. And yes, I'm using a picnic table because it's here. Ooh, got some wood. I have a fire later. I'm going to go to bed early. Anyway, alright. Lightweight stove. I generally use either this, or actually I've been really swinging towards the Trangia. I've been using Trangia for a long time, but you know, using this, especially with students, whatever. But now I'm not doing that anymore, so I like the Trangia. It's an alcohol-based stove, and one thing about using butane propane in the cold, it works if it's butane propane. Propane doesn't do well in the cold, butane does, but it doesn't like temperatures going up and down, cold, warm, which is what's going on right now the last couple of years. I mean, I just wrote a piece for Explorer magazine on, dealing with gear and skill set on a changing winter. So yeah, but it's still a really easy stove. I mean, you just basically turn it on, light it. For more near mortals, but there we go. All right, and you don't have to prime it like a white gas stove. White gas stove, you have to put some liquid fuel in there and ignite it and keep the stove up. With this, it just goes. But the transient does just as well, and I think next trip I'll be doing that. I would say the only negative of the transient is that, well, first of all, nobody knows anything about it, so you have to go to Canadian Tire, this way have it, or any hardware store or whatever, or paint store, and you get ethyl hydrate, and that is the alcohol you use. When you pour it in, you really can't see the flame, whereas this you can see the flame, so you have to watch that. And yeah, other than that, I don't know. Blah 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 blah. Cheers. Oh my lord, I've had one half of a scotch. Oh. I didn't wear my knife on my belt today because the backpack rubs into it, so I put it onto the side attachment. So I think next time I do this, I'm going to use my neck knife that I use in the winter, so I have a knife with me. I mean, this was always on the side of my pack, but yeah, it wasn't on my belt. Didn't really matter. And this is really, really, really important, okay? So I've got this spoon, spork, whatever contraption. I've got so many of these at so many outdoor stores in a bin. I think even at Mark's Work Warehouse. Not knocking them, but I got them. They snap the moment you actually use them. This is Kapalka. Well, I can never say the name of this company. I love their cups, by the way, but love their spoons and forks. And this is I'm going to use to dip into this, and that's my dish tonight. I was quite proud of myself how much I saved weight. I don't even think my pack was 30 pounds. I would even say 25, whatever. It was pretty light. My sleeping bag was the most bulkiest because it's going to get cold tonight. Extra sweater, but yeah. It wasn't a big problem carrying a heavy pack on the trail today because I didn't have a heavy pack. However, if I had just had a day pack, I think I could have possibly did this in one day. However, I don't think I would have walked for about a week after. Okay, signing off. My water's boiled. I'm having dinner. I'm in the woods. That's all that counts. It's fall. Beautiful area. No one around, even though I'm in cluster sites. I got no neighbors. And it's a Friday night. Okay. Which I'm missing Friday nights with Christine, by the way. We usually have a day-night Friday night, but the weather was perfect. Time was perfect. I said, I'm out of here. I'm going off to the wilderness. And she kissed me on the cheek and said, good luck and have fun. Love you, Chrissy. Well, I'm waiting for this to soak for 12 to 15 minutes. And just having water right now, actually. And applying this. No, I'm not old. No, I'm good. I'm good. The one thing about this cluster of sites that I should point out, really nice. 1A is quite nice because it's kind of away from all the others. Well, not that, that far away. So the other one's right over there, but no one's here right now. But the one thing is there are no, sorry, it's grammatically correct. There are no platforms. It's all on the ground, putting your tent on, which is fine, but just remember that. But the other is, you can hear the road. There are cottages on this lake too, but there's none right across from me, and there's no motor traffic right now. But I can hear the road. I knew that when I booked this site. But at the same time, just remember that. Like, I walked all day today, and then didn't really see too many people. Spent most of the time just being quiet and listening to the birds and soaking in the solitude. And I can still hear the traffic. So don't think it's this wilderness. It's somewhat wilderness. Beautiful. Love it. But yeah, don't come here thinking that you're not going to hear a road. There. I know. I shouldn't have told you. I should have just lied to you. Said it. Just beautiful, serene moment. I'm going to bed early. Did I mention that? It's making it better. So, I just got some neighbors. Canoes came in. Glad they got in time. It's going to get dark real soon. Yeah, I would canoe this spot. I gotta find out where to put in for that. It's got to be some public launch somewhere on this lake. But yeah, 3 women came, a tandem and 1 solo, and they're setting up right beside me. It's fine. It's nice to see someone out. I'm not surprised someone's here on a Friday night. I'm surprised they're here this late or not. I don't know. Well, top of the morning. Lovely morning. A little cool. But it's not raining. So I'm having my coffee. I have my hot cereal in my rinsed out package dinner last night. Lightweight. And I'm going to fill these 2 containers for the day with water, filtered water, and actually this BioSteel. Look at this. Sean Worley, thank you very much for this. His wife gets this at Costco, and it's sugar-free and gives you a little boost. So I'll do that today. I've never heard so much owl activity last night. There was 3 species. There was countless barred owls, like all the way down the lake. You can hear them calling to each other. Like I don't know how many rodents could actually be in this forest with them. And there was a great horned owl above my tent, calling back, very upset, and a screech owl. Where was a saw-whet owl? I have to look that up. It was a different call. and it took me a while to figure it out what it was. I got 2 of the 3 owls recorded, the sound anyway. But the third one, I'll look it up. I don't think it was the saw-whet, so it's totally different. It sounded like a screech. It is getting close to Halloween, so you never know. Muscles are warming up. Leg cramps are warming up. Hips bugging me today. It's called getting old. Good morning to this. You hear that? Oh, red squirrel, but shh. He's upset that I'm here. But I thought it was raining, so I stopped to put my rain jacket on or get it ready anyway, and realized it's not rain; it's the leaves falling. Cool. Okay, I'm at South Junction of the Slide Lake Loop, and yeah, so this is where you can come in from County Road 10. I thought it was called Perth Road, but anyway, County Road 10, and you can walk 2.4 kilometers from the road. There's no parking; you have to park along the side of the road, but lots of people do it. And you can hook up to here and go around what's called the Short Slide Loop, which is actually around Slide Lake. I think it's 9 kilometers. It would make a great day hike, lots of scenery, or an overnight because you can camp where I camped. Okay, now we have 2 signs on the trees. We have the hiking trail for the Frontenac Park, but we also have an orange triangle. The yellow tip, I didn't notice that. Anyway, that's the Rideau Trail. That's cool. The Rideau Trail was the originally trail that was put here, and then they created all the other trails. So this is also part of the Rideau Trail. Who knew? Who knew? Off we go. Wow. Take your time on this one. Wow. This is a totally different area. I keep saying that all the time, but it is this trail system through Frontenac just changes so much. So I'm going through a full old farm area. It's obvious there's barbed wire, there's old fence lines of rock. Everything's lowland. There's actually seeding milkweed pods everywhere. And I just saw my first fence. So there's a farm nearby, like a farm now, not like an old homestead. It sounds like a pond coming up as well. So Canada geese molt in the summertime, and so they lose their primary feathers, so they can't fly for a while. So when we used to ban birds, we used to corral them when they can't fly, so you can't tell the difference between the male and female, except if you look inside of the hole near their private area. There's a folklore. I can't pronounce it. I can never pronounce it right. There's a little white thing, and there's a little white thing. Then actually it's a male. And what they would do is put that folklore towards the female private area, and that's how they would mate. There are some ducks that actually have a true penis. A wood duck. I think I'm a ganser as well, but all the other ducks and geese have that thing. They actually call it the folklore kiss. Just saying, it's in the textbook. And yeah, so that's what I did for a job. I did for quite a while actually. Okay, memories. Okay, I'm fogging up, gotta go. What a way to spend the morning. I am so blessed to be here and witness this. So you're doing the challenge?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. What's up?
I'm Decker.
Oh yeah. I'm Luke.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So why are you doing it?
I did it when I was a kid.
I did it when I was a kid with my dad too, and we did it last year together for the first time, and
Yeah.
we're gonna keep her going for a while until.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
till we can't, pretty much. Like it's been
It's
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it was something to do. Like we just decided last year that we were gonna do it, and
Gets you out of the house. It's nice.
it's better than sitting down on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, what's your favorite loop so far?
I liked the top one.
Hemlock
No, top right.
or Gibson?
Gibson. I like Gibson. There's one section that is not great, or not my favorite, but the rest was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like Hemlock a lot. Like it's the weirdest one to get to, but like I like really enjoy doing that one. Like it's definitely been like it's the prettiest one, even though it's one of the shorter ones. But it was really pretty. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And you found all the clues?
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't missed
Yeah.
one yet.
Nope.
Thankfully, I'm pretty nervous. We've been
We've been
nervous a couple times.
Get close to the end, and you're like, oh, where is it? But no.
It's
Yeah, we've
crazy,
done
isn't it? It's like full of anxiety.
Yeah.
And once you find it, you're like, I'm good now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Now you're not worried about anything. You're like sometimes you're like looking down, and you're like, oh, wait a
gotta
second
keep
here.
my head
Like,
up just
I
in
was
case.
looking down for a while there. Did I just miss something? But yeah, it's been like it's been pretty. I haven't like been anywhere we were like, whoa. You know, I don't think we've had to go back.
It's chill. You take your time or hammer it out, but it's good.
Okay, I'm now at the West Slide Junction. And, yeah, cool. And I go this way. Just met a couple guys doing the trail, did a little interview with them, and fantastic. I meet some really great people. So, I do believe what's behind me is called the Gorge. Looks like a gorge. It's a really cool spot. And the bridge is amazing. So whoever put this in, you're amazing. Some wild turkey just got ate. So I'm going towards what's called Flag Post Hill, and yeah, it's up a hill. It's not as bad as some of the other spots. It's more gentle right now, anyway. But look at the landscape. It's totally different. Yeah, and at times you really have to look for the trail. I mean, you won't get lost, but look in the distance, you'll see a ribbon or something tied to a pole with rocks around it. So who are you?
Chris Lambert, Inverary, Ontario.
Now, I find this interesting. So you're doing this hike, but you're not doing the challenge.
No, I usually over the course of the year I do all the trails multiple times, so I just do it for my own exercise.
That's great. So you've been to Frontenac a lot?
This is pretty much the only place I hike. Yeah.
Wow. Why?
It's close to me, so I live in Inverary, which is about a half hour, 45 minutes down the road. Yeah, and if you get back into some of the farther ones, like this one here in Slide Lake, you don't get to see a lot of people usually. That's what I go for, solitude. So
That's fantastic. So this is your favorite area of the park?
no, I have a few. I like it back here though. Yeah, yeah. The further back, that's where I like it. Yeah.
Well, I've reached Flagpole Hill. Let's have a look. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I don't know how many times I've said this is an incredible place, but this is an incredible place. Flagpole Hill, check it out. You can see 360 all around. The spine of the earth. First Nations got that right. And by the way, this is the only place in the park where I actually got cell service. Just saying. Who are you?
I'm Eric. I'm 30 years old. First time doing the Frontenac hiking challenge.
Yeah?
And, my penultimate loop. Should be good. Good so far. Yeah.
And which one are you on?
Right now, I think it's called Slide Lake, the Slide Lake Loop. Just came in from I call it the meandering bit because it kind of just goes way out there, and then you hit the Rideau Trail and you're on your way up. But yeah, heading for the other half of the loop, and should be good.
What was your favorite part of the park so far?
Part of the trail or part of the challenge?
The challenge.
The challenge. Honestly, the variety of all the trails. Like the park covers a large swath of territory, and yeah, so far all the trails have had like their own little different gimmick to them, and they've been just a good amount of variety. And watching all the leaves change over time, you do the drive down here so often that the scenery is just always changing in the fall. So it's pretty great.
Well, I'm now at the junction of Cedar Lake Loop, Slide Lake Loop, and let's just say that means I either found the clue yesterday afternoon or this morning, because that's the only time I actually was on the Slide Lake Loop, just the Slide Lake, where all the other times it was a combined trail system. So I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. Anyway, yeah, so right, here we go. So here's a bit of math for you. How do I calculate distance? Well, generally the same as I would on a portage. With a pack, on not a bad trail, it takes the average person to go 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters, every 20 minutes, give or take. So that's how I've been estimating, and it's pretty accurate actually. I mean, it all depends on the hills, time for lunch, time to fall down and throw up. But overall, that's how I've been doing it. Okay. Well, I'm just taking my last break before I reach the Arab parking lot. And yeah, it was a good day. Longer than I thought, because I'm walking like Tim Conway and John Wayne put together. My body's sore. I'm in shape. I wasn't in shape at the beginning, but I'm in shape now. It's just my arthritis and everything else I have to deal with, like everybody else. But it was a good day. Met some nice people actually. I forgot it was Saturday. So I met some good people. So I did not do the Frontenac Challenge to challenge myself, to challenge anything, to be quite honest. The main reason I did it is, like I was saying in the very beginning of this series, is like, you know, my life changed a bit, a little bit. Stopped teaching at the college for 35 years because some weird political crap going on there. And then, yeah, and then I just decided, hey, you know what? Been dating with Christine for, what, how long? And maybe it's time to stop driving. Stop driving. I mean, I was spending my days, to be quite honest, and I think this is why I got out of shape, is, yes, I would walk every day with the students in the woods, every day. But I would drive an hour and a half to get to all the places I went to, like Halliburton, Oshawa, Uxbridge, all those places. And then I'd drive home, and I'd do it the next day. And I would do that all week. And then on Thursday or Friday, then I'd drive to Christine's, which is like 2.5 hours away. And then I'd drive home Sunday and start it all over again. So, yeah, it's good to go for a walk. I think a lot of people go for a walk to rethink things. John Muir did it. Aldo Leopold did it. Jesus did it. Go for a walk. The cobwebs out of there. Just smell nature and watch nature and soak it all in. Thanks for coming out with me. Thanks for watching all the videos. There will be an article out, actually a couple articles out for Explorer Magazine really quite soon. And this is not the end. I got a whole bunch of things planned. I think next week I go out with Paddleheads. Speedoman and I go and do our fish contest with them. I'm going out with Tim Foley from Canadian Outdoor Equipment, and we're testing a new hot tent he has on coming out that I'm quite excited about. And yeah, doing a bunch of things. And Christine and I are doing a whole pile of things. Yeah, she's a great person to have adventures with. Her and Oliver and Angel. All right, that's it. Thanks for coming out. I'm just going to do the last bit and head out. And yeah, maybe just rest my feet for a while. I'm sore. Okay, right. Oh, never thought I'd make it. The parking lot. The parking lot. 160 kilometers. 11 loops. Took me about two and a half weeks to do it. Would I do again? Yes, but I also have a bunch of other things left to do as well. Do I care if I get a badge? No, but I'm buying myself a really good bottle of scotch on the way home. Well, this is awesome. What a great way to finish such a journey here at Frontenac. So I'm driving and I went to stop by. There's a wasp. Stopped by at Frontenac Outfitters just outside the park to say hello to Zach and all them. And saw this on my window. Yeah, it's a note from someone. Got all blurred up from the morning dew. Let me see. Hello, Casey Happy Camper. You're truly inspiring. The world needs more of you. Happy trails. Smiley face. Take care, DDBL. And P.S. Something about it was a challenge. Their challenge was to find me on the trail. LOL. I wish you did. I wish you did. There are a lot of good people out there. That makes my day. That makes my day. All right. Signing off. Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool.